Hello, fellow travellers or interlopers, depending on your persuasion. Just wanted to say a few words about No Man's Sky. I've been playing the Orbital update now for a few days, and on my way to work this morning I was having a moment of reflection about the game in general. And I think back to 2016, or before that probably, actually, when the game was first announced. And I wouldn't particularly consider myself as a typical gamer. Before No Man's Sky, the only game I ever used to play was FIFA or Pro Evo, a football game, because I love football. There weren't really any games out there that I was really that interested in. Like I said, I'm not a typical gamer. And then when I seen No Man's Sky advertised, I remember thinking to myself, that is the game. That's the game that's gonna draw me away from playing FIFA non-stop and experiencing that all too well-known FIFA rage that people get. It's quite sad, really. But anyway, the game comes out. No Man's Sky is released. I've got it. I've installed it. I'm playing it. Absolutely loving it. I love the planets. I love the concept of traveling from planet to planet, system to system, discovering animals and plants and minerals and all that kind of thing. Absolutely loving the game. The storyline, I enjoy playing it. But then that was it. The storyline was it was lacking, I thought. Once you finished the Artemis quest line and the Atlas quest line, once that was done, that was it then, and it was over too quickly. A few hours and it was done. I carried on playing for a little while anyway, but even then the planets became repetitive. But I kept playing in the hope that something would change. Then my daughter was born. A lot of time was being taken up with that, so then the game got put down for a little while. A couple of updates came out. Base building was a new thing, so I picked it back up then, built a couple of bases, and once I'd done that, it was like, well, what's the purpose of the base? I'm not using it to defend myself in any way or anything like that. The game was missing a lot of things, which we all knew when it was released. We all knew that there was stuff missing. Life happens. I don't get much time playing. All these different updates are coming out. I'll jump on occasionally, pick up on my save. Sometimes because time wasn't on my side, little one and what have you, I didn't get to experience everything from the updates. But I was still dip in and out of the game. Anyway, fast forward until now. I've got a second child, 2 years old. So again, all these updates that have come out in the last sort of like 5 years, I've not been able to experience a lot of the stuff. So for example, living ship, I've never even had a living ship or even completed the mission to get one. I don't know what happens. The Sentinel stuff, the Aeron Atlantid stuff, I still don't really know what any of that stuff really is, because I've missed an expedition as well and things like that. But I still keep picking up the game and playing it, but not being able to experience all these things. But anyway, when the last Expedition 12 was announced, we played it, me and my missus, and enjoyed it. And I thought, you know what, there's so much more stuff in this game now, I have to start a new save. So I started a new save, and where in the first playthrough, when the game was released, it took me a handful of hours to complete the Artemis mission and the Atlas mission. On this playthrough, settlements was another thing as well that I haven't been able. Well, I have experienced it a little bit, but not really in depth. This playthrough that I'm playing now, this new one, I'm already 30 something hours in, and I'm only just coming toward the end of the Artemis path. I've not even started the Atlas path yet, but that's sort of, if you know the game, you know what I'm saying. I've got to a certain part in the Artemis path now where the Atlas has become more prominent. So I'll start going down that route now. I've intentionally left it. But I'm 30 hours in and I'm only at that point. Whereas before, and early in the game, I was done, because there were minimal, very few secondary missions. Whereas now I've got a long list. I've got 2 pages. I've got to scroll 2 pages of secondary missions, because a lot of it is content from the updated content that I haven't really experienced. So I just want to say, for new people buying the game now and playing the game now, I envy you. yeah, I envy you. I think you've got such a good game compared to what it was like back then. But also, I'm glad that I experienced it back then, because the gratitude that I have now to Hello Games and Sean Murray and the whole team is just up here. You know, all these free updates, and it was the game that pulled me away from being the boring FIFA guy that gets angry when he can't score a goal, gets that FIFA rage. So hats off to Sean and the gang for turning this game into something that, well, it is what it is now. I mean, you don't need me to tell you what the game is. You guys will play the game. But yeah, I was just having a moment of reflection this morning about it, and I just thought, you know what, it's such a difference compared to what it was before. It's such a more rounded, a more complete game, and there's a lot more lore involved with all the updates, and there's just so much going on that I'm going to compare it to a game. Now, most of you probably think, what is this guy talking about? There's no comparison. But hear me out. Again, I'm not a gamer, so there's very few games that I've played, but No Man's Sky was a gateway game for me, in that when there was a bit of a lull and there wasn't much going on with No Man's Sky, that never happened, let's be honest, but anyway, I wanted to experience another game. I wanted to broaden my gaming horizons, and I wanted something that was fantasy based, lots of quests and things like that, open world. And the game that I kept seeing that kept popping up was Skyrim. Love the game. It's incredible. Overwhelming for me at times, because I've got a mission list so incredibly long that sometimes I'll go back to one that I was playing and I thought, I can't remember what I was doing on this one. I'll have to look back or find a walkthrough online just to, you know, retrace my steps. And right now, playing this second, well, no, it's not my second, I've done a few playthroughs. Well, actually, no, I've probably only done 2. So this is my 3rd playthrough of No Man's Sky in the 8 years that it's been released. And I'm at a point where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've got 3 pages of missions here. I'm actually feeling a bit overwhelmed. But I love that. I love that, knowing that I've got hundreds, well, maybe not hundreds, but I've got at least another 30 hours probably of mission stuff to do. Whereas before, when I played the last playthrough, I was done by now. So hats off to Hello Games, hats off to Sean Murray. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And to top it off, they announced Light No Fire. A game, the type of game that I was searching for to play alongside No Man's Sky when I found Skyrim, and they go and announce Light No Fire. I just can't even. I just can't even. Anyway.